I'm just talking to my kitty, right, kitty? You there, kitty? Hi, kitty. See, that's the kitty. I'm working on the van today. So right here, I have an impact drill with a long extension on it because I think I have to actually go underneath through the frame to get to the flange. We're going to try to do that today. This is what I'm going to use today. Okay, now I got to slide under here. And then I'm going to go through the frame. I'll show you. Right in front of the frame there, you see the flange bolts where they cut off everything. Those are facing towards me right now. And I have to go through this frame here to get to it. I don't know which way is which though. That's tightening it. That's untightening it. Alright. What I'm trying to do right now, you can see on the upper of the door here, I have like all this paint off. I'm going to paint it right now. I got some more coats to do and smoothing out, but like underneath the gutter there, I started painting. So it looks better from a distance. And also by the door handle where there was some missing paint. But you can see it's dripping a little bit there. I don't know, like that kind of sucks. It's a little sloppy there, but all it counts is cover up all the rust stuff and then it'll look better. Now the top of it, I'm gonna have to get a couple milk crates or something to go on top and take that rust off, plug a little hole and paint the rest of it. But it's gonna come together. Now on a different note, so I did get my batteries finally. After 61 days, my lithium batteries showed up. Now I have them all wired up, but for some reason the BMS is not working properly. I'm not sure if it's the BMS or maybe I need to have the sense wires in order. I'm waiting on an answer for that. I might write the company to see what's going on because I don't know why. I do measure at least 13.2 volts across all the batteries, but one of the problems that I'm finding is when I go through the BMS, I'm only getting 3.1 volts. And that's just weird. That won't support anything in the van, but at least the batteries are here. So, one issue I had with the flange, I used the impact drill on the flange and I used a couple extensions. But the problem is the bolts still won't come off, the nuts. They're so rusted on there. So I put some more rust stuff to bust the rust off of it. And what I'll try doing tomorrow after it settles in for 24 hours, sort of, I will try it again. If not, then we'll use a torch on the rust and see if we get the nuts off. The other side, the exhaust is disconnected and it's on the rubber supports. So I think I just have to pop it off, but I think that's a two-man job. So I have to wait for Will to come over tomorrow and see if we could do it together. That way we could unweld where the catalytic converter was on. Yeah, lives behind the house. Hey, Turtle. How you doing, Turtle? Now that was crazy, carrying a big turtle into a backyard. I love doing that. That turtle has been outside whenever I'm working on the van. And it's so funny. And this kitty right here, see, that's the kitty. This kitty keeps on meowing at me, right, kitty? Pretty. I was talking about my batteries. So I have 4 cells that are 3.3 volts, basically, around there. And they're all connected to make that battery. So it's like 13 point something volts right now. And I was having problems with the BMS. But I did get a comment from this good guy, this great YouTuber who has a Sprinter van and he does really good stuff with the batteries. His name is Freely Roman. Now I'll link to his channel right here, But if you go see his channel, that's where I learned about this battery setup. Now there's another guy out there, Will Prowse, and I'll link to him right here. He does a lot of solar testing, and he does a lot of this battery stuff too. But these batteries, when they link together, they're 280 amp hours just for these 4 cells. It only cost me about $500 for the whole setup, which is a great price compared to American lithium batteries. If I wanted 100 watts of lithium batteries in America, 100 amp hours, of lithium batteries, that's like $1,000. Now, one of the cons here, though, when I bought the Chinese batteries, it did take 61 days to get here, and I was so impatient. But even charging them is going to be a pain in the butt, because if I do a 20 amp hour DC to DC charger, and I do solar at the same time, which it might be only 2 solar panels, that's only 30 amps every hour. If I depleted those batteries, it would almost take 10 hours to charge the batteries from 0. So, that being an issue, we're not going to suck out all the energy of those batteries. It's just a reserve. It's just in case, that kind of thing. So that's a good way of looking at it. So I did rewire the BMS battery sense lines in the right order now. And this is the multimeter, which is a cheap multimeter. It doesn't matter as long as it works. But if I put the positive right there, this is where the positive's going, and I will keep the battery meter in view there, and then I hit the negative, you could see that it's up at 13.2 volts right there. Now, if I go to the outside ground of the BMS, it actually shows it's 13.2 also. So I'm ready to hook this into the system and start charging it. So I hope you had fun watching everything. I went under the van and on top of the van. Some of the stuff I did was painting some of the dead spots. Also under the van, trying to loosen up the bolts on the flange, because we got to get that off to put the new catalytic converter in there. But I did take the bolt off the exhaust. It's only supported by rubber supports right now, but I don't know how to get it off. I have to talk to my auto guy. He'll be available tomorrow. Maybe you might meet him tomorrow. And, I did figure out the batteries. My friend told me how to do it, and when I did it, it's all success. And I appreciate those guys too. Just do me a favor, subscribe, like the video, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. I'll leave links to the other people's videos below this video, and I hope you have a great day. Enjoy it.